In this video, I'm going to show you the top 5 ironhide spots to farm in New World. Now, it may actually be a few more than 5. I'm just going to show you as I go. If you end up liking this video, make sure you press the little thumbs up in YouTube, please. It will greatly help me. Let's jump in. Okay, so we're going to start with the boring one first, the one that you probably all know about. First bit is going to be the boars here in Eden Grove. You can come to Genesis Shrine and you can just go like along this road here and you're going to find a lot of boars. Basically, there's one here and you can, I can't hit because I'm not very good, but you can just pick them off at range if you want. Obviously, you want to make sure that you've got your dex at 250, so you're going to get the yield. You want to make sure you've got your luck trophies on, not your luck trophies, your luck armoring and stuff like that on, so that you actually have a chance of getting the tier 5 materials when you skin them, because they're going to be worth a decent amount, and it's relatively simple. You just kill the boars, right? There's nothing too fancy here. There's some silkweave here as well if you want that, but you can see over here there's like 3 boars. Yeah, it's a very decent area. It's an absolute classic. If there's nobody else farming them, then these areas here are probably the best. There's another one in Eden Grove that's very similar to this, right? And I'm going to show you that in a second. I realized I said luck trophies earlier. Having your luck trophy actually makes perfect sense. I actually meant your armor, but having luck trophies again would help with this. And if you wonder what I'm talking about here, if you don't know, when you skin these high level mobs and you have enough skinning luck, you have a chance of getting scar hide and smolder hide, which of course you need for runic leather. Just to say, if I wasn't very clear here, basically you want to go from about here to about here and just keep running up and down and you'll find lots of boars. Because I'm lazy, I teleported over to Elzian Shrine, and the next spot is basically along this river here, near where this hotspot is. If I'm honest, this entire area generally has a lot of boars and you can just kill them, right? The main problems with a spot like this is everybody knows about these spots. Generally, you're going to get either bots or you're going to get other players, and competition is sort of a killer if you're going for yield. But there's nothing you can really do about that. That's obviously just the way things go. Well, there is something you can do, and that's to go to the other spots on this list in a minute. So just as I get here, somebody is farming them. That is a little bit interesting timing. This guy actually is PvP flagged, right? There's nothing I can do about it, but I'm not going to steal his stuff. But you can see this spot here is actually quite good, right? He's just done a big pull. I say he, could be a she. And generally this here is the best area for these. And there's nothing you can do about that, right? Like, I'm Saturday morning, the way that I'm filming this, it's going to be busy because this is, people are off work. It just is what it is, kind of thing. But this entire area does have a lot of boars. It depends on how much competition there is, whether or not you want to do it or not, okay? Okay, we're done with Eden Grove now. Let's move over to Brimstone Sands. Okay, so the next part that I want to show you, this maybe isn't the best one in Brimstone, but I like it. And that is right at the southwest of Brimstone down here. There's a couple of major areas you might want to look at. So over here you have some lions right to the east of the shrine. Down here you have some more lions, and then over here you have some elites. Now the elites over here are a little bit harder to kill because they're like the silver elites, but there's quite a few of them. So what I generally am tending to do is sort of just run around in a circle like this, but if that's not up to you, if you don't want to do that, then you can just go to this point, then to this point, then back to that point. It depends how quickly you are going through it. So yeah, over here, I've just come over here and you can see that there's quite a few of these cats, these lions. You've got to be careful you don't pick off more than you can chew. That is something that can happen relatively easily if you're not paying attention. Like, I'm recording a video. I did actually just die a second ago, but that's embarrassing for me, but it is what it is. Oh, I've pulled the elites from the thing. Okay, because of the corruption portal, I've actually pulled an elite there, so that's not what I was trying to do. No wonder I'm nearly dying. But they're level 63, so these guys, you're less likely to find bots farming them because they have a chance of killing you, right? Especially if you pull some corrupted mobs. It's not a safe haven. There's actually a chance that you'll die if you're not paying enough attention. So this is generally a good spot if you're trying to avoid bots. It's not going to stop real players from coming here as well, but and then just over here in this Hedgedit Canyon, you can find some more cats, right? So again, you got to be careful you don't pick off more than you can chew, but that's fine. There's obviously other stuff you can find, like round here is generally a decent place for sandstone. Sandstone's got some decent value right now, so you might want to like pick that up. It's up to you if you want to do it. Same kind of iron hide you get everywhere. I think only really the bisons give you any more, but you do get smolder hide and stuff like that, which is obviously quite nice. Speaking of sandstone, you can see some right here. So let's just get that and we'll move on to the next place. Before we do that though, I just want to show you that over here to the west, you do have these like elite I'm not 100% sure what they're called, but they're like elite kitty cats basically. Now the problem with these guys are they actually they're a bit harder to kill. So if you're trying to take 2, like I'm trying to take 2 here, you actually might die, especially if you're not a very good player like I'm not. But let me just take a potion here and then actually run away. Obviously you can attack them from range and stuff like that, so I personally wouldn't come to this area because there's no real benefit to killing these if you can kill the low levels. I don't think they necessarily give you much more ironhide or anything like that. I mean, killing one at a time isn't that bad, to be fair. It's just, you know, if you do get smacked in the face, you get smacked in the face. I'm not a great player, but that's sort of funny. Hey, look, I'm ball 17. That's nice. But yeah, I personally wouldn't recommend killing these just because they take a little bit longer to kill. I'd rather go to a different place. One quick little place that you can come to is here near the Saboteur Shrine, just a little bit to the east. There's quite a lot of these jackals, basically. Jackals, sorry, not jackals. Jekyll and Hyde, different kind of thing. And if you want, you can just, you know, pepper them and sort of kill them relatively easily. There's not that many in a sense because it's only a small area, but you know, you can probably kill them all, and by the time you have killed them all, they might spawn again. There's some star metal, so it's a relatively okay place. I wouldn't necessarily rate this as being like amazing, but if you're getting really stuck for locations, there's no harm trying here. It's literally a stone throw away from the shrine, so you can always come. If you're desperate and everywhere else is taken, just come here and kill the jackals, right? The jackals, man, I keep calling them jackals. And the next spot is in Brimstone Sands again. Basically though, I personally come to Deadwater's Way and have come north, and you want to come into this little area here, and you basically just want to do a circle. There's cats and wolves and all kinds of stuff that you can just, you know, relatively easily just pick off, right? So there's 2 lines here. There's literally stuff everywhere here. I think this is one of the best places in Brimstone just because there's so much and there's like a vast area, so you can probably get 2 people farming here without it necessarily killing the farm either. Yeah, it's a little bit spread out, but you can sort of see everything in the distance, so it's fine to me. I think it's actually quite a good place. Look, you can just see there's quite a few cats and everything around here, right? Oh, that one's a bit armored, but never mind. But you know, most of them are just normal, so you can just very easily kill them. There's nothing fancy. They're all like together. You can probably literally just stay on top of this hill killing stuff if you really wanted to, because they're not going to go that far away, right? Like, they'll probably respawn by the time you kill the rest. But there's cats on this side, and then over here to the east we should start seeing some jackals. Did I say it right this time? I think I did. And here we find them. The little jackals, very easy to kill. You know, they're little, but they still pack a punch, so you can't be like taking them too much for granted. But yeah, you just find cats and jackals here, and it's very easy. For me, this is a really good place just because things are so like easily to see. There's not that much running. Even though it's quite a big open space, you don't actually have to run that much to get to them. There's always something to be killing. It's a very active spot, if that makes sense. As in, if you're active, you'll get more out of it. So personally, I do quite like it. Now, the next little spot, I actually quite like it. It's Anhurst Pride. It's up here, basically just north of Brimstone. It's a bit of a trek because there's no obvious travel point next to it. But when you do get here, there's cats and lions, and you know, there's a lot of them as well. So you can see, you know, I think there's 3 just here. Proud lion. If you're a skilled player, unlike myself, you could probably pull a massive group, whereas you know, I'm not actually that skilled, so I'm just gonna have to kill them the old school way and then talk about it. Look, these guys might kill me. I'm so bad at this game that I might die whilst recording the video, but you know, that's just embarrassing for me. Anyway, let me kill them in peace. Okay, I didn't embarrass myself too much. I actually survived. But yeah, there's very easy. There's a lot of cats here. You can kill them. I don't want to say that this is definitely an endless farm, but in my eyes, by the time that you've done everything, you've farmed everything, you've killed all of the cats, there's probably more cats that are spawning. Depending on how quickly you kill things, if you're some sort of like god gamer like I'm not, you'll probably kill everything and be waiting around. But if you're not that kind of player and you're a little bit more casual, then I think this is a really good spot. And if you get a little bit bored, well, you can see down there are some weirdwood trees, there's some Azov water, and I think there's a chest in that waterfall if I remember correctly. So for me, this is a decent spot. Okay, we're done with Brimstone. Let's move over to Reekwater. So personally, I just come here to the Lazarus Shrine because it's, I don't know, it feels like it's slightly closer, and all I'm literally going to do is start from here and run up to here. Now, if you're very quick, you actually might as well continue and go all the way around. If you're a little bit slower at killing like perhaps I am, then you can just go up and then come back down. And these are what we're actually looking for. It's the bison, because they give you a lot of ironhide just for the kill. Now, they do run away, which can be a little bit annoying, so I do recommend a ranged weapon. But as you'll see here, when I skin it, I'm going to get more ironhide than say like a boar. There you can see I actually got 44, so each one is sort of like 2 boars. Obviously they're not as frequent and they're a little bit slower to kill if they're running off, but I mean, it is worth also killing the normal boars. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I would avoid killing them. I don't know why this boar isn't actually coming. Maybe it's stuck in the tree, but it is worth killing these guys. It's just that they're not going to give you as much ironhide per kill. See, I get about 20 there. I am getting pork belly, which is quite nice as well. But, you know, when I look at the bisons, or when you kill the bisons, you get effectively double that. As you can see, though, they are running off, and I'm not very good, and I can't hit them. But, you know, you'll get double the amount of ironhide, basically. I'm going to get attacked by everything here. This is unfortunate for me. I'm just going to kill this one and then escape from here because I don't really want to die. Everything we've seen there is just sort of to the south of the Lazarus, but you can go all the way up here as well, which I'll show you now. You do occasionally find some wolves as well. Make sure you kill those. There's literally no reason not to just kill absolutely everything indiscriminately like you're some kind of sick murderer, but you know, we need that ironhide, for example, so you know, you got to kill them. There's a little bit of lull in the enemies when you get to this point, this sort of like valley. Generally there's not many, there's still a few, but you know, there's a bit of a gap before you get to anything. But once you get a bit further north, you can see there's a bison here, there's a bison there, there's a wolf there, there's another bison. Like, there's enough up here that you'll be farming enough, and often this area is actually quite quiet. Also in this area there is some wire fiber, so if you're interested in that, you can also come and get that. But there's just a lot of bisons here, all spread out, but you know, all very easily killable, all giving you decent ironhide. Like, it's just a nice spot. Now I'll run around to show you the like density of mobs. Once you get to about here, all the way back down to maybe about here, there's just generally less to kill, right? You can sort of see there's no bison, there's nothing. So you can run all the way around if you want to. Personally, I don't. You can see there's like a few little things, but nothing amazing up here. There is the odd animal here, so you can see there's a cougar here, but it's not like a lot. So it's up to you if you want to do that. Personally, I would suggest just going up and down. I think you'll have plenty of time, right? Now I'm getting attacked by a goat. That's embarrassing for me. But you know, I personally just go up and down. I think that's probably the best spot. May even be the best spot in the game, really, because the bison just give you so much. That's a lie. I think the Boars and Eden Grove are still the best place. It's just whether or not you can get that solo. So that's it. They're my, I think I said 5 places. I've no idea how many I've actually done there. I just sort of kept remembering places that I'd tried whilst I was filming this, and I was like, oh, I should tell people about that in case the rest of them are found by either other people or by bots. By the way, if there are bots, just steal the kills. If that's real people, don't steal real people's kills. That makes you the bumhole. I know some people get a bit angry when I do these videos because they're like, oh, you ruined my spot. I'm just trying to help the majority of people. If the spots are contested, so be it. It's an MMO at the end of the day. None of this information is supposed to be super secret, in my opinion. But if you like this video, do make sure to press the like button. A big shout out to my YouTube members and Patreons. You can now support either way, whatever's your preference, or you can come and give me a follow over on Twitch. What you should definitely do though is have the most beautiful day, like and subscribe. Goodbye.